I didn't know how to describe it, but now I do. BBLs look like club outfits that you can't take off.
Why do you have a BBL and you work at T-Mobile?
I just feel like a BBL at 8 a.m., that's just too early.
BBLs don't really look good in a natural setting. Like, they don't really match the energy of the world.
It's such a life-altering experience when you see a BBL casually in, like, Target. Like, oh, mamas, what are you doing here?
There's
a friend of mine said it perfectly. Like, seeing the BBL is like seeing the Tesla Cybertruck in the wild. It's like, you look at it and you just like, what the hell? Yo, why is there so many people that feel this way? I had no idea. And when you see a BBL, it just looks out of place and it's just so obvious.
There's a growing conversation online about something people are starting to notice in the light of day.
Seeing a BBL in public feel like seeing a Cybertruck on the road. Because, like, that ain't normal to see. Especially during the day. Like, it should be like a nighttime thing only, right?
And we've discussed time and place multiple times. Time and place for specific outfits, time and place for certain behaviors.
Right.
But I never thought we'd come to a day where time and place would apply to a body.
BBL should never see broad daylight. I just couldn't have a BBL because what do you mean I could no longer be a teacher? I can't work at a grocery store. They said that got BBLs, they can't live in Colorado because what the is a BBL doing in Colorado?
So you telling me the whole state of Colorado just rejected BBLs? It's like, nah, them things aren't welcome here. You can visit, but you can't stay. Yo.
And this is very new to me because the human body has never really been something that needed a proper setting. But now it seems that expectation is standard.
Why do y'all get a BBL to live in Nashville? You don't need it here.
Today, spotting a BBL in person is like seeing a shooting star. You know it exists, but when it actually shows up, it still kind of throws you off.
Nah, no lie. Seeing the BBL at this mall in Minnesota, I think this mall is in Minnesota. That's crazy. Yo, how is this a thing? Like, everybody feels this way right now. And you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and blame it on something that's happening right now that's a positive, which is the fact that there's so many people in 2026 that have decided to take their health more serious. So many people are in the gyms now. So many people are seeing it through past the New Year resolution and actually sticking to it. So that puts people in the mindset of seeing stuff like this, the fake stuff, and being like, oh man, you really didn't work for that. I'm over here working hard to get my body where I want it to be, and you just went and did that? I'm kind of contributing that being part of the reason why people are talking about this in the way that they are.
It exists, but when it actually shows up, it's still...
See, like her. She's working on it. She's trying to get that gym BL. This is what I'm talking about. The gym BBL. Those are the best ones.
Kind of throws you off.
I just saw a BBL for the first time, like in person, and wow, I'm shocked. Like in a good way.
Seeing BBLs in real life will always be so fascinating to me. Oh my gosh, that's a BBL. Like, oh my gosh, that person, that's a BBL. That is a real life BBL. Wow.
Like this woman right here, I remember seeing this TikTok before. Like, this is a BBL. Wait, me without the 10K? What you talking about? I guess she got a BBL too. But yeah, this woman got a BBL. And at first I thought she was natural with it, but she showed her before, and I was like, oh, never mind. Because look, it kind of goes with her thighs. The stuff kind of, she's still not in the best shape, but there's nothing wrong with her. But it just seems like this is a natural build to me. But
invention that just...
I don't know. When you look at it from the back, you're like, okay. She didn't get the Latina genes like that.
Weak, but the way people react when they spot one outside of its natural habitat is very telling. Because what does that mean? Who decided that? And why does it feel so easy for people to agree on it without even thinking twice?
Seeing a BBL not in its ordinary habitat, like standing in a wild, is truly different.
And within all the talk, the naturally built, no appointment needed bodies are starting to feel that heat too.
I wish I could take my butt off and go to work. You know what I mean? Because like, this is just too much. No, like it just don't.
I saw this TikTok too, and I was like, "Girl, what you talking about?" Shit, no, it ain't too much. It's just right. What you said. Leave it alone. You know you on this camera trying to flex. You know you trying to show off, talking about it's too much. And you gonna turn around and show us what's too much. You ain't fooling nobody. Talking about you wish you could take your booty off and go to work. Stop playing. Wear something loose fit then. You know you like the attention. These BBL girls wish they was you. Stop playing.
I don't feel right. That's why I always got this cardigan. I got so many cardigans. I'll be respectful.
But what if I told you this conversation really isn't about the body? First, we need to tap into what this type of body has been presented to represent. Because once you see it, you'll get a better understanding on why the reactions are so strong.
Walking through Lenox Mall with my BBL out sister, I mean, it'd be a lot of BBLs in Lenox Mall. I'm gonna tell you right now. I was in Lenox Mall the other day. I was like, damn. It's like seeing a Cybertruck all over again.
So strong. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this video, we become bestie enough for you to take that next step. But first, this video is sponsored by Chime, the most loved banking app, and they're offering a $75 bonus right now with a new checkings account when you sign up through my link. Meanwhile, I was just letting my money sit in my account, and a lot of you are probably thinking, Janae, that's the smart thing to do. But I didn't realize I was just leaving money on the table by doing so. Thankfully, Chime offers a high yield savings account, and their savings account earns up to 3% APY, which is about 7 times higher than the national average.
Nah, seriously, your bank won't even give you that. If you got a regular checkings account, they ain't gonna give you that. Like, we like the high yields. We like the high yields.
So instead of just letting your money sit there, it's growing. For example, if you have $7,000 in your savings account, you'd make around $27 a year. But with Chime's high yield savings account, that same money can get you $210 a year. So if you're trying to get your life together this year, you're not too late. Chime is a very smart place to start. Join the millions already using Chime and click the link in my description or scan the QR code on screen so you can get started. You can get $75 in cash when you sign up using my link. For years, the female body has been picked apart into pieces. And I don't mean that to sound morbid. It's really just to expose how certain features are isolated, emphasized, and made the main attraction, especially for financial gain.
What happens is the woman's body becomes hacked apart, dismembered in ads. So in ad after ad for all kinds of products, just one part of the body is focused upon. And this is, of course, the most dehumanizing thing you can do to somebody. Not only is she a thing, but just one part of that body is focused upon.
Now, there was one space where women could be ogled at, and it really just came with the territory. And that was the era where being eye candy was everything.
Throughout the music video era, we saw several transitions. We were growing as a culture.
In 2000, it became about the vixen.
We were the aesthetic. We were part of the fabric.
She had the curves, but she had the face. She had the attitude.
Women were getting paid like rappers.
I do want to note that at the height of the video girl era, the body was definitely a plus, but it wasn't everything, okay?
Oh, this music video, bro. Oh my God. Look, Pharrell.
The body was...
Pharrell did it. These two women right here had me in a chokehold. You had this beautiful brown-skinned woman. Then you had the beautiful Miss Lauren London. Like, my God. A lot of men came after her after this daggone music video. Oh, man. I mean, freaking Lil Wayne done had a baby with her. Daggone, what's her name? Started a whole family with her. What? How come I can't think of his name right now? R.I.P. to him. Nipsey Hussle.
Was definitely a plus, but it wasn't everything, okay? In the most respectful way. These women were really just expected to be human wallpapers from all genres.
Hey, she thinks she's slick. She thinks she's slick. Why she had to show us back when Candace Owens was a video vixen? That's right, y'all. For those of y'all that don't know, Candace Owens used to be a video vixen. She might have just been in this one music video. I ain't even gonna hold you. But I mean, you had the guys that were rapping, right? If guys are rapping or guys are doing music, they're the artists. The women are just the beautiful fill-ins. It was bound to happen, right? You got these supposedly straight men. They need to have women around too. The women, if they're not doing music in the songs, in the music videos, what else are they gonna do but sit around and be pretty? It only makes sense. It's the same thing with women artists, women female rappers. Who are their video vixens? They're male video vixens. I mean, you can't get mad at that.
Be human wallpapers. From all genres of music, women were expected to stand there, look pretty, and occasionally do a little shimmying to make the music video more attractive.
19 years old, you're being thrown a check and say, stand next to Lil Wayne. I dare you to say no.
We made the video hot. We helped them sell records.
And you always want to see a pretty chick. You know, that feels like success. You know, that feels like money.
It was almost like a written rule that these women weren't there to take it all the way. Just be pretty, make the artist look like everything revolved around him.
The image of scantily clad women is supposed to affirm some image of masculinity, the man as the Mac, as this, you know, sexually powerful, virile example of manhood. And the idea is this man is so important and so powerful, and these women, conversely, are so dime a dozen that they don't matter. They're just eye candy. They're worthless.
But then eventually...
That's not what it was supposed to be, though. That's not what it was supposed to be. That wasn't the intention behind these artists using these women for their music videos. It was literally just to make them look better. It was just doing a job and getting paid for it.
And eventually, everything started to revolve around that ad. Well, those curves.
They've gotten to a point where it's just basically just ass and titties on the camera.
I don't think I've seen a video in a long time where women aren't shaking their butts. You know, it's like, it's a must.
And instead of just keeping it at those curves, I should probably say that crack, because Nelly, in his prime, set a scene that made it obvious, making it very clear what you were supposed to be looking at and what that look meant.
A controversy surrounding rap artist Nelly led to an emotional meeting at Spelman College tonight. The discussion focused on hip-hop videos and how they portray women.
In the video, Nelly is seen swiping his credit card down a woman's backside.
I remember this.
Very, very bothered, to say the least, about the video.
With lyrics that read, "It must be your act, cause it ain't your face," he completely shifted the narrative that video girls were just supposed to be a pretty face. And eventually the
No, it wasn't necessarily supposed to be about the video girls themselves, but whatever girl that he was talking about in general. Like, when he said, "It must be your ass cause it ain't your face." Yo, that line used to kill me. I'm like, that is messed up. He's just talking about a butterhead, a woman that just don't look, and a butterhead was a thing before Nelly even said that line. A woman that is attractive, like her body looks great, but her face might not look so great. That was a thing before Nelly did what he did and said what he said.
When Buffy the Body came out, it started this whole thing with you had to have a big butt. You cannot come after Buffy the Body and not have a butt her size or bigger.
We didn't just see these figures in the music videos. It seemed like right as the sun went down, beautiful, bootylicious women spawned. They were at the nightclubs, the strip clubs, they were bottle girls, they were arm candy, they were on the corner. Let's be honest, there was a specific build that came with being one of these women.
All the dances are about ass. Too much.
Even though there's no studies to show that the fatter the ass, the more money the guy has, nonetheless, it doesn't stop them from trying.
I've seen girls with perfect bodies, in my opinion, they were like, no. I need to get more ass. I need to pump it up. and I'd be like, oh my God.
And without realizing it, that started to form a mental category in people's minds. Instead of just seeing these bodies, like it or not, they started to associate these bodies with a certain kind of environment. So, now that I painted that picture for you, you can imagine what happened when women outside of that environment started to desire the bodies that normally came with it.
I think music video changed the booty era.
When you look at music historically, there's always been songs that have celebrated more curvaceous figures.
There are certain actors and actresses in the media that are role models.
Yo, it's so crazy that we used to think that J-Lo had a big old butt. Ah! There's not a lot back there. We can see this. We can see this. There's not a whole lot back there. J-Lo got a nice rump on her, but it's just not a lot back there. We used to think J-Lo had a big old butt, man. Yo, what were the women back then that actually had big butts thinking about everybody thinking that J-Lo had a big butt?
And people want to look like their role model.
With the Nicki Minaj's and the K. Michelle, you're seeing like this super exaggerated version of the big butt.
Everybody thinks they have to have a big butt to get put on.
I've discussed the rise in plastic surgery many times, so we don't have to go too in depth with that.
Real quick, y'all, shout out to Janae. I love her videos, but one thing I want to say is the video vixen era did have a huge role to play with how these women are viewing themselves or how they feel like they should be compared to the videos or to the women in the music videos, especially as times went on where the video vixens started to have more of a role within those videos. You actually had some sort of skill where you can act a little bit, you can dance a little bit, or you can twerk your ass off. Now you have a larger role in that video, in that music video. And then you got to also think about the fact that the women that are watching these videos, these music videos with all these beautiful video vixens in there, these women are also thinking about the fact that they too want to be around these rappers. They want the lifestyle of getting to hang out with them, potentially getting to date them. So they're thinking, oh, if these are the type of women that these men are choosing to be around them and be in their music videos, so I need to do something so that I can position myself to be around these rappers as well. So what do? They go get the BBLs. They might even go as far as becoming a stripper in the popular strip clubs where they know the rappers tend to go. So it could be that much easier for them to connect with them so they can whisper in their ear and be like, hey, can I be in your next video?
But we all know how deep it goes. With these surgeries becoming more accessible, celebrities and influencers getting them, social media flooded with them, people advocating and promoting them.
Get the cosmetic procedure. Get the BBL, get the lipo, get the filler, get the facial balancing, get the PRP. I don't care what it is, get the cosmetic procedure.
I went down a whole rabbit hole on these BBLs, right? I was looking at the befores and afters. Let these girls get a BBL. I'm not even trying to be funny or nothing right now. But when I see the before videos, I'm like, it makes sense. It definitely makes sense. I'm glad you got that BBL.
It seemed like everywhere you looked online.
Like, and then you also got to think about the pain these women deal with and suffer with. I need to know. And don't play. If you made it this far into the video, I need you to drop a comment down below. If you have been on an airplane where there was a woman who got 3 seats on the plane because she had to book 3 seats on this flight because she knew she was coming back from a surgery, a BBL surgery, and she had to lay out flat because she can't sit on her booty. Have y'all seen that mess on the plane? It's a sight to see. That junk is crazy. That junk is like you. So you telling me that BBL was worth it for you that much? You freaking booked this whole row of seats to be in that much pain for that extended period of time? Because I don't know how long they be in pain for. But it seemed like it's too long to be worth it to me. And you can't tell me that majority of the women that's doing this, they're not doing it for male validation. Because otherwise, they probably wouldn't be doing it. Think about it.
Mine at least. Everyone had something done.
Hey y'all, come with me to get a BBL at 19. It is surgery day.
I'm finished.
Go to the gym, man.
But why are 18, 19-year-olds out here getting BBLs?
There are still just too many people out here getting BBLs for this to have been the last we will ever see of it.
So we both see how normalized and popular BBLs are, right? So if I see it and you see it, why does it still give wrong place, wrong time?
BBLs don't really look good in a natural setting, in real life, you know what I mean? Like, they don't really match the energy of the world, like on a regular day basis. Anything professional with a BBL, it doesn't really look good, you know what I mean? It looks like it's not supposed to be there.
Now we have social media reacting to these real life spottings of
Oh man, yeah, like for real, nurses with BBLs, their scrubs be looking super tight. Ah! Yo, it make you feel embarrassed seeing it, yo. I don't think I'll be feeling embarrassed seeing somebody else's BBL. I just be looking at it like, I can tell that's a BBL.
outside of their natural habitat in the wild. And people are seriously treating the women that have them like animals spotted
Look at them BBLs.
outside of their cage.
Oh my God. Lookerish. It looked like the ant from Bugs Life.
Spotted outside of their
Lookerish. Lookerish. That curve is crazy.
cage.
A BBL and walking is crazy work.
Bro, look at that.
This should have bought a car instead of a
This man said they should have bought a car instead of an ass. You bought a BBL, but you ain't got no car.
This should have bought a car instead of a
This man like, yo, look at that. Yeah. Yeah. You there?
Craziest BBL. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get a video, but I'm gonna try.
Oh my God.
And you can imagine what happens when family-friendly spaces are added to the mix too. If people feel uncomfortable seeing BBLs at a gas station, seeing them around their children creates an even bigger conversation.
But y'all don't see how weird and strange it is to have in a schoolhouse. Why do they have BBL teachers? I don't give a f. Y'all be like, oh, y'all judging these women? Yes, because why the f you gonna get a BBL, a fat, juicy ass stand in front of these kids?
I am not in support of people filming, going up to, bullying people who obviously have.
Oh hell no. I know that white lady, old white lady ain't got a
People
BBL.
filming, going up to.
Y'all think she got a BBL, y'all? Or do y'all think she sat down on her butt for like 5 years straight and just ate? And that's just how it grew.
Bullying people who obviously have these obvious figures.
Go ahead, say it again. Say it again.
But if y'all don't know what's happening in that video, basically them kids that you see in that video was walking behind a lady who has a BBL that they didn't feel was right. And they was just saying, these BBLs killing y'all. And she overheard them. So she decided to start recording them and asking them to repeat what they said. And was
I had to stop myself, y'all, because I laughed just now. I went to a funeral, I think last year. I don't want to say who it was, but it was a creator, and I went to her funeral, and it was sad. It was sad because she was somebody that didn't need it. She looked incredible, gorgeous woman, but she got the full mummy makeover. It wasn't just the BBL. She got the full mummy makeover, which is, I don't even know what it all consists of. You can look it up. I think it's the BBL, it's the tummy tuck, it's all that. You know, she had a couple of kids and she wanted to tighten things up and look good and be more confident again. Mind you, she was in a committed relationship, you know, with the man that she had 2 or 3 beautiful kids with. Even though I'm sure he was perfectly okay and fine with how she looked, maybe she felt like she wanted to be more comfortable in her own skin, not only for herself, but to appease her man as well. But she went down there to Miami, got that procedure done, and didn't make it back alive. She got a hotel room after the procedure was done and passed away in that room and left behind a loving man and her kids. It's so dangerous that they do this stuff. And it's like they don't even factor in how it's going to look in the future, just like that older white lady we just saw. But they don't care. Whenever I see somebody with a BBL, I think here's a person that lives in the moment. They live for now. They don't live for the potential of a bright, healthy future. And I think that's a big part of the reason why so many people are calling it out now in 2026 is because a lot of people are starting to get on their health fix. And they're knowing that something like this is very unhealthy and very dangerous. And it goes to show you the mindset of these people. They're insecure. They don't truly care about their health. And they're willing to do anything that it takes for something that is glamorized and not really truly appreciated.
Just because somebody looks peculiar to you doesn't give you free range to lose your manners. But BBL slander is at an all.
And this is what I'm talking about. She didn't get her butt and it looked like this in the beginning. This is probably over years of just maybe neglect because they don't go back into, I don't know, but it just looks bad.
Time high, because when people see them in person, they feel out of place. And honestly, I don't even think people realize what they're feeling at first. It may just come across as bizarre before anything else because you've seen it before, just not here.
I've worked with nurses who have had BBLs and they walk around all day long just all in Meemaw's and Papa's face. Knocking over the medication with the ass. Can't wrap up no bandages because they all wrapped up. It'd just be a mess. Why are you in here with all that?
When something familiar shows up in an unfamiliar space, it throws a lot of people off. And people are starting to pick up on something else that they can't quite seem to put their finger on.
I feel like BBL should only be for clubs. It's such a life-altering experience when you see a BBL casually in like Target. Mamas, what are you doing here? You should be at this section with the bottle. I don't know. It's just like.
But that's the thing. Since you can't take a BBL off, you can't expect to only see it in the club. I got a friend that got some lipo done a few years ago, and she wanted the lipo to be then placed in her butt. It's like getting a BBL done, right? And I'm so glad because she has a nice butt the way it is. I'm so glad the doctor told her, you don't need it. Just let us shrink your waist a little bit and your butt is going to pop out even more. I couldn't imagine if this girl that already has a great ass then also got a freaking BBL too.
BBLs should only be like for the club aesthetic, right? Because I just feel like a BBL at 8 a.m., that's just too early.
Remember earlier when I said, and without realizing it, that started to form a mental category in people's minds. Well, today, those mental categories aren't staying in their minds. People are boldly coming online and saying this.
Don't shoot the messenger, but we can't tell regular women from workers anymore. We can't tell. We can't tell hookers, strippers, escorts, whatever you want to call workers.
Yo, he's saying something right there. That makes so much. I never even thought about it like that. Because so many times when we see a woman with a BBL, we automatically assume her profession. And most of the time it's bottle girl, stripper, sex worker. We're not thinking that these girls could be nurses. We're not thinking that these girls could be working at a front desk somewhere. We're thinking that, hey, she got a BBL is for a specific reason. She's in that scene.
Escorts, whatever you want to call workers. We can't tell workers from good, wholesome, regular women anymore.
Okay, let's just sit for a second because this is probably one of the hottest hot takes I have ever heard, because now the conversation is looking a little different. Now people are assigning a role to that body. This has moved from you should only be seen in nightlife spaces to if you have it, you should be using it.
You know what I don't understand? Get this big ass BBL and don't want to twerk. Throw that shit. The you at a party. Twerk that butt off that back. I want to see some move.
Here's where the conversation.
They can't make that shit move. Some of them can. If it's fat, they probably can. But them dang on implants, them things are stiff.
Here's where the conversation gets a little more uncomfortable, because now it's people turning those assumptions into expectations. They assign where the body should be seen, they assign what the body should be doing, and if you connect the dots, you'll quickly learn that the assignment doesn't just stop at twerking.
If you got a BBL and you ain't tricking, you stupid. That's what BBL's for. If you got a BBL and you don't have a OnlyFans and you ain't dancing and you ain't fucking in the car, you stupid.
BBLs is for tricking. I don't think y'all know that. The BBLs ain't for you go sit back on your job. You go get them BBLs and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do with them.
And I'm really shocked that people are boldly coming online and saying this, but are we really confused on how they got there?
If you're gonna get a BBL or a breast job or both, make sure it relates to the type of work that you're about to do. I'm walking into establishments, I'm supposed to be buying a product, now I want you. Cause you ain't here looking like a damn video vixen.
Because when we trace it back, this didn't just appear out of thin air. This is coming from years of people seeing this exact body type in very specific content. So now...
No, though, this is not... Oh, I mean, there's some truth to it, but even all the girls that she's showing in these old music videos, some of them might have fake breasts, but most of these asses are real. Most of these asses are real. These women that get these BBLs are trying to get butts like these women. You look at music videos today, I can't remember what artist it was that I was watching recently, but the women that he had in his video disappointed me to my core. Every last one of them were overweight women that took fat out of their midsection to put in their butts. It was like 5 or 6 women in the music video, and every last one of them like that, and every last one of them had fake titties. I was like, what is happening?
In this exact body type.
See, look, that's a natural body. Everything about her body is natural.
Very specific.
See, these are better bodies. Look, these are more natural. Her breasts might be fake, but everything else seems to be natural on these women.
Content. So now when
natural
that
booties.
Look shows up in everyday life, people don't separate the body from what they've been taught it represents.
BBLs will never give classy. They will never give classy, especially not the ones that the girls are buying. BBLs will always give, I sell it for a living. Like, okay, some girls get away with the skinny BBLs. When I'm specifically talking about, I'm talking about the girls with the thighs, those big, gigantic ghetto booties. They will never ever give classy.
When you have this look, the curves, the body, it may subconsciously tell people something you may or may not be trying to say.
There is this stereotype with people that get BBLs and say, oh, you're getting BBLs because you're a prostitute. Oh, you're getting BBLs because you're this. Or you're getting BBLs because you want men. That is not true.
And it turns into this idea that once you have that look, people feel like they already know something about you before you even speak.
If I'm looking for somebody that is going to be the mainstay, it's probably not going to be a woman with a BBL.
Thank you.
Because I know that's mental illness to let somebody crack your ass open, put some Air Jordan up in there, and sew it back up. That is not a mentally stable woman. With BBLs crazy than a mother. but you can them all day long. I like looking at the BBL when they wash up in the sink.
And it's a stigma a lot of women don't want tied to them. A lot of them just want to look good for themselves, and I respect that. But we live in a society that doesn't always respect that. So now, not only is the internet telling you that if you have the body, you shouldn't engage with society, you shouldn't step out into the world until the sun goes down, but they're also saying that your body should be your entire lifestyle.
Why would you get a life-threatening surgery to then go work a minimum wage job? A BBL is supposed to be an investment in your looks. And that investment is supposed to get you higher in the social hierarchy and into better paying jobs.
Now, to some women, a BBL can be a surgery that can completely upgrade their self-esteem, maybe put a band-aid over insecurities. But there's another layer to this that a lot of people don't realize. If you're upgrading your self-esteem, okay, just like how that booty got a lift, your environment, access, who you hang around, just your lifestyle in general, it seems needs to get a lift too.
In my head, if you have a BBL, that means that your life is paid for. I don't know why this whole time I've been under the assumption that if you go put yourself on the table knowing that you could possibly, that most of them, then whenever you wake up and you heal after 3 months, shouldn't you be rich now? I thought a BBL.
And that's the thing that happens too to some people, is that they get the BBL. Some of these women, they get the BBL, and then their life does change, especially if they're working in a club scene.
I thought a BBL was going to change my life. When I was selling clothing, I wanted to make sure that when I was modeling these clothes, I looked how I wanted to look in them. People are trying to emphasize like, oh, why would you think that unless you're in the nightlife or you thought a man was going to, you know, scoop you up, baby? It's never been a better man. In my mind, I was thinking that, you know, body looks correct, more money for me and my business.
Now that
people that actually worked hard to achieve a nice physique, the respect level that people have for people that go through that journey, go through that process, exponential. I done dropped 30 pounds in the last 2 or 3 months, and the respect that people have for me because I'm on a journey of actually doing this thing the right way. When you actually put in the work to get the body that you want, that's when you deserve it, and that's when people respect you more. But when they could tell that you just went and bought it, you don't get that same level and degree of respect from people.
Now, that whole idea only works if you assume that having this body is sending a certain message, because it's not always doing that. The body alone is being taken as a signal, and that can get dangerous.
Imagine paying to overly sexualize yourself just to get offended when you get overly sexualized. I'm not gonna lie, that's exactly what these BBLs is doing to y'all. Y'all literally just asking for it at this point. And to get offended that a man wanna come up and talk to you knowing that your is sitting out abnormally from any other woman is kind of crazy. It's kind of mental, actually. Like, you know what you're doing at the end of the day. You're not stupid. So you can't be mad at the attention that you're getting and that you're attracting. You asked for it.
My thing is, how can you come to this conclusion for the women who surgically look like this? Because it's starting to sound like you're saying any woman who's built like this is just asking for it. And I don't like that. It's such a trick.
What? Janae, what are you saying? She just came out of left field with that. It sounds like she was responding to the last dude, but that doesn't have anything to do with what he said. He's specifically talking about women with BBLs. Like, it's like, why would you go through the process of getting this procedure done, which you know for a fact is going to bring you so much more attention, because that's the reason you're doing it. Even if it's your own self-esteem, you get a heightened self-esteem from getting positive attention from other people. If nobody was paying you any attention, then what the hell did that do for your self-esteem? Not a damn thing, right? You do this thing to get more attention, and then you'll be upset at the attention that you're getting. You can't do it, is what he's saying. But what Janae just said here, Let's listen to it again.
My thing is, how can you come to this conclusion for the women who surgically look like this? Because it's starting to sound like you're saying any woman who's built like this is just asking for it. And
No, it doesn't sound like that at all. Like, how can you come to this conclusion? He came to that conclusion. It's different for the women that are naturally built like that. Regardless of whether they want the attention or not, they may receive it. It's that simple. They could easily not want the attention, and they understand that they don't want the attention, and they may have never wanted the attention, but they also understand that with their assets may come some attention.
I don't like that. It's such a tricky topic that I'm quite literally walking on eggshells about, because in theory, it makes sense why people associate and tie these type of bodies into that nightlife lifestyle. But then it's like, now you're basically saying that the women that have these bodies need to trick themselves out or be streetwalkers because of their bodies. And then what about the women who naturally have that body? Are we going to start calling them natural born strippers? So
nowhere near is it the same. What is you talking? From the dawn of mankind, there has been naturally born women of all shapes and sizes. Most people don't make those sort of negative assumptions about the job title or the position that those sort of women are in life just because of their body shape. And that also depending on how they dress. This is where we need to get into the conversation of how people dress. You know, they say don't police how women dress, but you can all day make an assumption about what this woman does with her life based upon how she dresses. If she dressed like a streetwalker, don't get mad at me for assuming she's a streetwalker. If she dressed like a stripper, then I'm gonna think she's a stripper. Natural body or not, when you're in the environment where you see so many BBLs, it's almost natural to be in that environment, then that's where the association with BBL and this sort of environment makes sense. BBL and a nurse, that don't make sense. Because a nurse is supposed to be in a position to help people stay healthy, but she did this very unhealthy thing to her body.
are we going to start calling them natural born strippers?
So can we talk about how embarrassing it is to have a fat ass? Like, everyone wants one, stuff like that, and everybody loves one and wants to look at one, blah, blah, blah. But that's the point. I feel her there, and I know everybody, I can feel the eyes.
Because if we're saying that a body like this automatically comes with a certain lifestyle, then what does that mean for the women who didn't choose that lifestyle?
I'm trying to go to church, booty just big as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at a formal event, booty just big as hell. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's just not formal. It's all fun and games till you actually thick. Like, you got that know you ass just having a fat ass. Hello, I do hair too. You know what I'm saying? I do good in school.
So now you have.
But let's be honest though. If she was to drop the weight a bit, and I'm not shaming her, I'm just being honest. If she was to drop the weight a bit, the butt would drop in weight a bit too. It's just facts. Her butt will get smaller. If I'm assuming that what she's wearing right now is clearly skin tight, if it's all one piece and she got the booty that she claims, the booty gonna show, and it's white. If she wore something loose fitted to church or something formal, then maybe she would feel more comfortable. But if you want to wear what you want to wear because you can, you also can't complain about the fact that you got a rump back there and people might look at it when you walk by. You simply can't make those complaints if you yourself deciding that you're going to wear something that shows off your curves. It's as simple as that.
Hello, I do hair too. You know what I'm saying? I do good in school.
So now you have women who naturally look like this being placed into the same category, whether they asked for it or not. And that puts a different kind of pressure on women who didn't opt for this, but they're still being read the same way.
It's so annoying.
I don't think they're being placed in the same category, but let's see if the rest of this video proves me right or proves me wrong.
Didn't opt for this, but they're still being read the same way.
It's so annoying to walk around and everybody asking you, do you have a BBL, just because they feel like your natural booty don't fit your body. It's so annoying when you're trying to give like a classy look and your booty is so much bigger than your everything that it takes the attention away from what you're trying to give. I don't want everybody looking at me. I don't want everybody looking at what's behind me.
That's a different problem than clumping all women together. That's a different problem than clumping natural and BBL. That's a different problem than clumping natural and altered women together to say that they are streetwalkers or strippers or sex workers. That's a completely different problem.
Everybody looking at me. I don't want everybody looking at what's behind me.
And with this body being so desired and wanted online, I will say I feel like the BBL gets an equal amount of love and hate, but it's one of the most loved, not to mention dangerous, but most loved surgeries out there. But in everyday life, it's recorded, questioned, and picked apart. So now you have a body that's the standard on your phone, but in real life, it's anything but standard.
A few weeks back, me and my homegirls out day drinking and bar hopping, right? We having a good time. A pack of wild BBLs roll up, right? It was 4 of them. Now, these aren't the only bad BBLs we've seen all day, you know? So, whatever, they're everywhere. My friend's vlogging today, right? So later on that night, my friend is showing me the footage. Now, we seen this in person. It didn't look like this, but everybody's body banging. We look like we partying with a whole bunch of bad, right? Is they building a filter into the BBL? Because that's not what we're saying.
That's why I truly feel like this conversation isn't really about the body. Well, of course it's about the body, but it's more than that. It's about what people think that body type represents.
To any woman that watched this video, if you have a BBL, comment down below, what's your experience? What is your day-to-day experience having a BBL? Have you been walking out in public and you heard some sly remarks from people behind you or in your proximity that are pointing out that you got a BBL and they're talking about it? Have you heard those remarks? Do you yourself feel like wearing your BBL out in public, wearing it like you can take it off, but being out in public with your BBL feels a bit inappropriate unless you're in that nighttime setting? What's your experience? I want to hear about them. Comment down below, and everybody else, leave your thoughts, comments, and opinions down below as well. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. See ya.